Hello, a very good afternoon to my dear students. Myself, Professor Sapna Sharma from Modern College Business Administrative Campus, BBSCA Department. So, students, welcome back. Today, I am here for you people to understand the another MOOC course of your sixth semester based on cloud computing. So, students, I don't know whether you people know it or not, but like majority of people are using the cloud technology every day, like on any of the way, means like from any of the medium they are using the cloud technologies. Cloud is playing a very important role in today's data manipulation, data storing, collection of the data, and everything. So the biggest example in front of you is the Google Drive that you people use. You use it every day. You store abundant of data, but we really don't understand what is the technology that we people are using behind the cloud computing. The answer is cloud computing itself. So cloud computing, you can say it is one of the platform, dear student, which doesn't require any kind of like in physical existence. Everything is onto the cloud. There is very less maintenance charges, and you don't have to worry a lot. And secondly, the storage is abundant. You don't have to worry about a single thing with respect to the storage mechanism. So student, in this particular journey of cloud computing MOOC course, we will go through the various aspects of cloud computing. We will understand the exact meaning of cloud computing, then various platforms, various technologies. We will be having a lot of discussion, we will be having a lot of comparison, so that we actually corely understand what is cloud computing so far. And at last, we will also go through one or two practical implementation using some of the cloud platforms which are available currently. So, let us start with the very first topic of this MOOC course, that is Introduction to the Cloud Computing. What is exactly this cloud computing? First of all, we should understand the definition itself, the core fundamental definition. So you can say that cloud computing consists of manipulation, it is consist of configuring the things, means like enhancing the things, and not only enhancing but also accessing the data, but everything would be online. If you do any kind of manipulation, that is online. If you do any kind of configuration, if you do any kind of accessing operation, all the things will be online. So it provides its all operations with respect to the application, or you can say it also provide the proper infrastructure to your particular data. So for that, you will be always requiring the cloud computing. So cloud is having the combination of both the hardware and software, both resources are required so that you can provide a very good form of services. Next, this is the cloud architecture, dear student. So from this architecture you will come to know, see, as I have multiple peoples, these are the multiple end users. They all are connected to this particular, you can say the cloud. So you can get an attachment with cloud not only from the desktop or from the laptop. You can get the attachment to the cloud from various devices. That device can be anything, right? So basically what we people are doing, so here we are having the end users. These end users are accessing this cloud, and inside this cloud what I am having, I'm having the infrastructure, I'm having the repositories, means that is storage. We have different type of applications also, just like your server, right? So this is the very differentiated, very easy to understandable type of diagram which will tell you about the architecture of the cloud. A very simple architecture, there is no complexity so far. So you can say within a cloud how many things are being situated. Just having a lot of storage area, a lot of space. Next, Now, what is the basic concepts behind the cloud computing? So, there are specific services, there are specific models, dear student, who are working so that we can understand, we can enjoy cloud computing. So, these services, these models make the cloud computing feasible. Feasible means what? Possible. Possible to whom? To everyone who want to access it. All the end users are getting the feasibility of using the cloud computing. So we have the following model. One is deployment model and second one is the service model. These model comes under your cloud computing. Means like these models helps a lot in order to implement the cloud computing. In order to make cloud computing possible for us. Right? Next. What is this deployment model? Say deployment model defines the vivid type of various types of access to the cloud. How you can access the cloud? So it has certain things inside it. Along with the access of the cloud, it has another certain level of things. How the cloud is located, everything. Means like you will be able to understand everything. In which particular mode the cloud is being located. So if you talk about the types of access means what type of cloud it is, who all can use it. That is the main aspect, right? As we have our network, we people have the private network, we people have the public network, we people have the community type of network, hybrid type of network. In the same manner, in deployment model, we have different type of accessibilities, the types of access you can say. Some of the cloud would be acting as a public, some of the particular cloud would be acting as private, some hybrid, some community, something like that. So let us undergo to this, what is public, private, hybrid and community. When you talk about public means what? Everyone can use it. Everyone means everyone. If I have a population of 2000 crore peoples in a specific area, so if I make a cloud and I instantiate that particular cloud as public, then what happened? Everyone, the 2000 crore peoples will be able to access it. They have their accessibilities. But when I talk about the private cloud, so private cloud is not viewed by everyone. It will be viewed by only specific people who are having the authorization onto that particular cloud. Okay. Then we have hybrid. Hybrid means what? Hybrid is the collaboration of public and the private cloud basically. Some properties of public and some properties of private would be taken by the hybrid cloud and a consolidated cloud would be made. And this cloud would be more appropriate as compared to public and private one because it has the security of private and it also has some kind of generalization just like your public cloud. Not only that, we have community cloud also. Community cloud you can say which belong to some specific organization, to group of people. Like for example, I created a cloud in the sense, let me tell you that for example, I created an area on Google Drive, imagine. And what I did, I shared that particular area with my colleagues. So that is nothing but my community cloud. Means like I'm sharing that particular cloud with all those people who should use it, who are like important with respect to that cloud, with respect to that data. Next. So these are the four different type of cloud that I have mentioned over here. So public cloud allows system and services to be easily accessible, like email is there. I can send email to anyone at any instant of time, but it is very much less secure. When you talk about the private cloud, it belongs to some specific location which have a lot of security. Then I have a community. So community means just like as I told you, with respect to group of organization, with respect to group of people who belong to that particular, to that organization, to that group of organization. Then at last I have the hybrid one. Hybrid is having the collaborative functionality of both the public and the private one. So it has the features of both the security, and along with the security, the ease of accessing the services of my cloud. Now if I go next, so as you can see here, we are having the another type of cloud model, that is service model. So it has basically three various type of services, the basic services that you would be using. One is IaaS, that is infrastructure as a service. Then you have PaaS, that is platform as a service. And the third one is your SaaS, that is software as a service. So these are the three different various services that would be provided by your particular cloud. Cloud computing provided these type of service models. So as per your requirement, as per your uh, the things that you want, it would be designed so far. Now I will be teaching you it into a thorough manner, but let me give you some sort of descriptions today so that you understand the basic concepts behind it. See, IaaS is the delivery of the technology infrastructure as on demand scalable services. IaaS provide access to fundamental resources just like physical machines, virtual machines, and virtual storage. That means what? Infrastructure as a service you people use so that you can have these fundamental resources. It is all talking about the infrastructure, that is the area where you would be performing your course of actions. Okay, so it is a kind of environment, dear student. It is a kind of environment, and this environment would be used so that we can easily use the services, various type of services of the cloud. So you can say infrastructure as a service is acting as a OS of cloud, which help you a lot. Next, these are the examples of IaaS, that OpSource, GoRid, Bilazard, then AT&T. AT&T is a very famous company. Then Terrymark, NIT Communication. These are the various type of companies which actually provide you IaaS. Then I have the second one, that is the platform as a service, where we provide an environment where we can run our application, we can develop our applications, we can do the deployment of our applications. These three things are happening. Okay, where we can run our particular application, means it provide the runtime environment, it provide the development area, it provide the deployment tools also, right? So it gave the complete life cycle, it provide a cycle where you build the application, where you delivered your application also, and you provide the entire security for it. So you have to keep certain things into your mind. One is multi tenant environment, and second one is it is highly scalable, and it uses the multi-tier architecture. Means it is not using the simple architecture, that is client server architecture. No, it is using multi-tier architecture where you have to go through a lot of criterias and constraints. These are the examples of PaaS, dear student, that is Amazon Web Services there, Salesforce.com. I hope that you people knows about the Salesforce. It is very much trendy nowadays. It is one of the kind of cloud technology that you should know. Salesforce. Okay, then we have Joint, then we have Rackspace, then we have 3Terra, Azure. So many are there. These are the platform based type of services. Next is SaaS. So SaaS is nothing but based on the software as a service. It allow to use software application. as a service. So whatever we see, whatever type of applications that we people use, they are nothing but the SaaS, dear student. That is nothing but the SaaS that you people are using. Okay, you use Google, if you use Facebook, if you use WhatsApp, they are nothing but they belong to the SaaS. Next, so the next terminology that we have to understand, that this particular SaaS is also using a kind of environment which is multi-tier which have the multi-tier architecture, and it is not having a single environment, it has a multi-level environment where you are not only building but you also run, you are also able to view various type of applications which belong to the various development environmental area. And this SaaS is very much highly scalable, it is like very much prominent, you can say, in terms of services. Next, these are the examples again for you can say PaaS and SaaS both are having the salesforce.com. Then for SaaS, that you are having the Google, as you know that Google is having a lot of products currently that we people are using, and every particular product is having their own way of doing the things, their environment is different, the way of processing the things, everything is so different, right? So Google is the biggest example of SaaS, you can say. Then we have the Microsoft online services also. So Microsoft online services are something different, the services which are provided for your desktop, for your laptops and all. Okay, so Microsoft online services, if you talk about, they have their exclusive services. One is SharePoint online and second one is the Exchange online. These are the two different type of services which comes under SaaS. Okay, then SaaS architecture is also being followed, or the SaaS services are being followed by the Facebook itself, right? As you go to the Facebook, you will be able to see multiple things are going simultaneously on Facebook. They have their multiple uh, entry points and the areas where the various type of activities are going on, and everything is different. We cannot make them into a flow or something like that. It is something very much different. So we are doing the multiple things at a similar position of time. Then there we can use this SaaS type of technology where enhanceability and scalability is very much important. Now, so the question that comes under our mind, what type of cloud do you people use? So currently in our mind, so we have few of the the cloud. One is Netflix, then we have YouTube's, then we have Pinster is there, then LinkedIn is also there, Flickrs are also there, Gmail is there, Yahoo is there, Facebooks are there. We have so many type of clouds. So these are the very important that you people use. I hope you must be using uh, then Google Play is also there. Then we have other kind of Skydive, that is something different. So you have a lot of cloud which are available currently, and you should use them. Netflix is also kind of cloud service that we people are using nowadays. Now, the basic point that comes under our mind, that is nothing but, dear student, advantages why we should use so called as cloud technology. So the very first advantage, that is lower computer cost, you can say. Yes, it gives a lower computer cost, very much important. Obviously it gives a lower computer cost because you don't require any admin, you don't require highly high configured, it's like very, it don't cost you in terms of hardware also. It also improve the performance, how it is improving the performance in terms of speed, in terms of storage area, in terms of multiple things. Okay, it reduces the software cost also. Yes, it reduces the software cost. Because buying the things individually, it is something very much difficult for us. And instantly we can update our particular software. Instantly. Means like you don't have to wait for a longer period of time. You can do everything instantly. You can have document format compatibility also, not to worry about the documentations and all. There is unlimited storage capacities, means you don't have to worry at all. See, I hope that few things you would have noticed so far. So imagine, like, for example, like, you must be sending some of the email to someone, would be sending some kind of, like, attachments and all. But that attachment cannot be sent in single instant to XYZ receiver. Imagine, आप कुछ भेजना चाहते थे, कुछ एक email या फिर कुछ recording या कुछ भी, but that was not possible to send in a single instant. So Google itself or Gmail itself recommend you to go ahead with Drive, because they know there is a shortage of space on Gmail. You cannot do the things into the single instant. So what do people do? You people use the Drive. They navigate you to the Drive. They give you the option, and if you click onto that option, then automatically you are navigated to the Drive, and your content would be sent, your content would be uploaded. Fine. Not only that, but yes, you get the data reliability also, because they keep the data very securely. They have a higher security mechanism. So the security of the data, or you can say reliability, means what? You can trust onto the data which is there onto the cloud. You cannot say ki, like, no, something is wrong, because they don't give you that kind of chance. Next, you can access any point of document, any point of data at any instant of time, wherever, no matter wherever you are. There is no specific location boundation, dear student. There is not at all a specific location boundation. From anywhere, at any instant of time, you can access whatever data is there onto the cloud. But that cloud need to be get, like, it need to be accessible to you. It need to be visible to you, right? Then whenever we start using the cloud, it will always make sure that it is always updated. So since it is always upgraded, obviously we will be getting the latest version of cloud available, right? Secondly, if we want to do any kind of collaboration, if we want to merge ourselves with respect to the others, we can do that also. Collaboration is it's like, it is very much ease for us. Then there is no dependency among each other, everything is independent. See, if there is dependency on each other, then what happen? We have to rely on someone else. And due to this reliability, what happen? We have to wait, or we won't be able to do our work on time. So whatever is the task, software world में ऐसा बोला जाता है, there should be independency, there shouldn't be dependency. If nowadays, if you think about, like, if you go to the software companies, everyone is doing their own job. They are not dependent on each other. Hardly there is any dependency. Otherwise, there is independency. They do their own job, and after completing their job, everyone try to integrate. Not try to integrate, they integrate their job. And once they start integrating it, the final product is being made. How we are able to do this? We are able to do this just because of the independency that we have created into an environment. So these are some of the famous type of, like, advantages that we should calculate while going for the cloud computing. Next, we talk about the disadvantages. If there are pros, and then there should be cons also. So if you talk about the cons, so obviously, since it is an internet technology, so it is mandatory to have the internet connection thoroughly. Then only you can view, you can use, you can access whatever is there onto the cloud. And the most important thing, we have to consider the internet speed also. Internet speed connection is very much mandatory. If it is improper, it is within the bandwidth, if it is within the range, you can easily use the cloud services. If it is not so, then obviously we have to stay behind, or we have to put our step back, because there is no internet connectivity properly. And sometime what happen, just we choose the wrong type of product or the wrong type of the cloud, the features may be limited. As you squeeze your cloud technology, your features will be also squeezed, and due to that it may be a slow type of technology, or it may be a slow type of the service that is being provided to you. And sometime due to inaccuracy of the internet connection, the data can be lost. It can happen. See, for example, you were loading your particular content, but in between there was no internet. Suddenly your internet fall down, then what happened? In that case, you will be losing your data, whatever you were uploading, or whatever you would be doing, like whatever different type of operations you were about to do. Okay. And sometime due to the improper selection, the security may be on stake, so you need to check all those stuffs also. Then cloud storage, if you talk about how to go ahead with the cloud storage, dear student, we have the different type of cloud storage. One is box, Dropbox is there, SkyDrive, then Amazon Cloud Drive is also there. So these are the following steps that you need to think when you are going for the cloud storage. You need to first create an account, and that account would be having the username and password, both the things would be there. And second step, whatever the content you would, after creating the cloud, whatever content you would be storing inside that particular cloud, that would be live, everyone can use it, whoever will be having the accessibility. And the third thing that is mandatory, it is nothing but the internet connectivity that you need to have. If you have the proper internet connectivity, you can find the cloud content easily. So these are the following points that you have to keep into your mind while going for the cloud storage. So these are the things that you need to go ahead while downloading for the storage and all. So you need to first have a proper cloud based app, okay, onto your computer, and that app need to be get live. You can save your file into that particular app, and you can share that particular app with the others, whoever you want to sync up, so called. And you have to make sure that your cloud is always synced to your particular device where your cloud app is being situated, and there should be thorough internet connectivity so that you enjoy the services of the cloud. This is all what about your cloud is, dear student. This was a general description about the cloud and the cloud computing technology that we people are using currently. Step by step we will understand, deeply we will be understanding the internal structurization, the internal functionality of the cloud. So I hope this session would be beneficial to you people. See you into the next session with respect to the another topic onto the cloud computing. Thank you so very much.